Hey friends, what's going on? We are talking tonight about why does fear show up and how can you use it to your advantage. Super excited to talk to you about this. Fear is one of my most favorite things to discuss. Sounds probably weird, but I spend most of my time when I'm working with people helping them reframe the things they're afraid of, helping them look at it differently, helping them dive into it and understand it. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it so that you could use some of those tools in your life right now. Let's get in, right? Let's do this. Okay. So why does fear show up? Well, let's make it clear first that the fear I'm talking about is not phobias. I'm not talking about phobias. I'm talking about fear. Phobia and fear are different. We'll save phobias for another time. They're a real interesting topic to talk about, but that's not what I'm talking about. Phobias are something that you connect to an emotion where it kind of doesn't belong. More on that another time. Hey Stacy, hey Terry. So the fear that I'm talking about is when you feel afraid to do something or go for something or expand in some way. You feel afraid about a situation in front of you, something that you have to go through. That's the fear I'm talking about. You with me? You got it? Okay. So why does fear show up? I like to think of fear as an indicator. A lot of people think of fear as like the thing that decides if you're going to do something or not. I don't think of it that way. I think of fear as an indicator as to how open I am to the possibilities coming in, how powerful I feel, and how much self-worth, how deserving of wonderful, beautiful, magical things I feel at the time. Okay, so why does fear show up? Fear shows up to indicate to you that you have a door closed. You need to open some more doors. So let's look at this. Hey, Kara, glad that you're here. Let's look at this. So let's say that you all of a sudden become afraid to go for something, to do something that your intuition is telling you to do. You start to feel, your ego comes in and starts to bring up all these fears. You're not actually afraid of any of the things your ego is telling you. None of it. That's not the real thing going on. You're not afraid of that. You're actually just feeling as if you aren't powerful enough or deserving enough to get the thing that you want, to move through, to survive, to make it, to be okay. That's what you're fearing. That's what's happening. And what I mean by you don't have enough doors open is that you don't have all the channels that the universe could help you with and bring things to you as open as they could be. You got some of those doors locked. Let me give you an example. Let's say that all of a sudden your car breaks down and it needs some expensive repairs that you were not prepared for. You didn't see this coming. Maybe you should have, but you didn't. And you don't know where that money's going to come from. How do you react to that? What kind of fear, hey Donna, what kind of fear do you face? What sort of fears come up? So if in that situation your car breaks down and you've got to make some repairs and you do not have money in the bank to cover that amount to fix the car, oh my goodness, what are you going to do? Well, this is where when you start to feel that fear of how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get this car fixed? How am I going to survive this? How am I going to get to work? How am I going to pick up my kids, my car, and I don't have, when those fears start to hit you, pay attention. You have some doors closed. Stop and go, how do I think this money could come in? And if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to work 5 million more hours. I'm going to have to sell a kidney. I'm going to have to donate blood like 5,000 times. If you start going there, if that's what's happening in your brain, then that's telling you that those are the only doors you have open. Where's the door that says something miraculous could happen? Someone could gift you the money. The money could magically show up. You could get a raise. A new car, when you do the numbers, is actually more affordable than you thought and makes better sense. Where's that? Well, it's not there because that door is closed. You only have a few doors open, so you need to open more, okay? This is why people don't manifest the means and the things to do more and to have more and to feel better, because they have so many doors closed. We think we need to know exactly how things are going to come in. And when you get caught in that trap, what you're saying is, I'm not powerful enough to make this happen no matter what. So here's what you've got to start to do to open some of these doors. You got to look at the doors that are open first. So if you immediately go to, well, I'm going to have to work my butt off, forget sleep, I'm going to just have to work forever to make this happen, then the only door you have open for abundance to flow in, for money to come in, the only door open to you at that time, if that's right where you go to, is the idea that you have to work very hard and be very tired in order to deserve or be powerful enough to gain that money. It's the only one you got. Guys, let me just tell you, have all the doors open that you can. Have every style, French doors, sliding glass doors, curtains, open them all, as many as you can think of, get them open. Because if you think the only way you can get something is through this super hard work, or if you're like, you know what, I'm going to have to sell a kidney, the only way you can do that is to take out a body part and sell it and go through that pain, is the only way you can do it. What's happening here? You're starting to see your limits. You're starting to see that the only ways you feel powerful are here, right? And so that's when you've got to stop and you've got to look and you've got to change something. Let's say, did you want to start a business? Or maybe you've already started that business and you want to post more about it on Facebook. You want people to know. Maybe you're like me and you're kind of a spiritual chick. And you want to post about that more on Facebook, but you're nervous. You don't know. You start to feel fear around how people are going to react. Suddenly you start imagining the people on your friends list having these conversations about you, saying like, what a loser. She keeps posting about chakras. Whatever else you can imagine that they're saying. Trust me, I've heard all of it. So I can help you come up with stuff if you want. So let's say that's what's going on, and you're imagining that they're saying these bad things about you. And you're imagining that as a result, you're going to lose friends. They're going to unfriend you. You click unfriend. Or they're going to do that sneaky thing where they click unfollow. So you don't even know that you don't show up in their newsfeed, right? They do that to people all the time. Shh, don't tell. So if that's what you're doing and that fear stops you, it means that you only have the door open for acceptance, for love, for connection to people if you're not rocking the boat. People are only going to like me if I'm showing up as this safe version of myself, if I'm authentic, if I rock the boat, if I say stuff that pisses people off, that other people don't agree with, then they're going to leave. They're going to take off, and they're not going to be my friend anymore. Here's the thing. That's not even what you're afraid of. Remember I told you before? What you're afraid of is that you can't survive that feeling. You can survive that feeling. Take it from me. Happens to me all the time. You can survive that. But you know what else happens? When you open that door, people come in. Like you guys. Hey Nancy, hey Donna, hey Leah, glad that you're here. They come in and they go, oh, that's helpful to me. Because I'm that way too. And now you form more connections, more authentic connections, stronger connections, connections with people who clap for you when you win, who cheer you on, and connections with people even who are different than you. Maybe they don't drink the spiritual Kool-Aid and you're out there posting all about spiritual stuff, but they see you out there and they see that you're being kind and they cheer you on anyways. That starts to happen. And that happens way more than the haters. Happens way more than the people exiting your life. All right. So if your fear showing up, your door isn't open, you don't think you're powerful enough to survive that. You don't think you can make new friends. Let's say somebody invites you on a trip. Let's go on this amazing vacation. We're going to go next year at this time. We're going to go here and here, and it's going to be amazing. And you hear it and you think, holy crap, I want to go to that. And then your next thought is, but there's no way I'm going to have the money. Oh, you got to catch yourself before you wreck yourself if you think like that. Especially if you say that shit out loud. Catch it. Don't do that. Here's why. What you're saying is, I'm not powerful enough to make that happen because I only have a few doors open and I don't see how I can make that come through those doors. Don't do that. what you're saying is, I don't think I'm powerful enough to manifest the means to go on that trip. I don't think I'm deserving of that money coming in. I don't think I deserve to go on that magical trip. That's what you're saying to the universe. And the universe is going to respond to that with a, okay. So we won't enjoy on the trip then. So here's what you got to do. You got to look and you got to go, okay, I want to go on that trip. That trip speaks to me. It hits me right in my soul. Oh, it feels so good. I need to go. That sounds great. So I am going to manifest the means to go on that trip. And I'll have it come in anyway. Catch yourself here. Don't say, I'm going to work a bajillion more hours. You can work more hours if you want, but don't connect the only way you're able to do it to that. Okay? Don't just go, okay, well, I'm going to have to work a bajillion more hours. Work some more if that's right. But just be open, right? Don't let that be the only channel. Maybe some magical crazy thing happens. You didn't even know there was a door for that, but because you were open and you weren't so focused on these few doors for it coming in, it came to you. Okay? Maybe on that beautiful magical trip that you want to go on, you suddenly realize there's a contest. The radio station's giving away free plane tickets. Oh my goodness, and so you enter and you win. If you only had to work hard, if that was the only door open, that would have never happened for you, right? So you've got to open more doors. You've got to get away from how it's going to come and just believe you're powerful enough to make it happen. I'm somebody who has a lot of magical, really cool things happen to her. People say things. Angels do funny things. A picture of Archangel Gabriel showed up on my computer screen all of a sudden today. I went downstairs. I took a little break to get some chips and some coffee. Oh my gosh, I love chips and coffee. And so I went to get some potato chips and some coffee. And when I came back, this really hunky picture of Archangel Gabriel was chilling on my computer screen. I was like, whoa, hey Gabe, what's happening? Things like that happen to me all the time. People give me opportunities and I'm like, where did that even come from? That's amazing. And people say to me, how do you do that? Well, what do you do to make that happen? And I just say, I have as many doors open as I can. I don't need to know how something's going to happen. I just commit to making it happen because I know I'm powerful enough. Me going for something and me quitting or continuing is 100% in my control. I don't give up. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm a Taurus. I'm like so incredibly stubborn. If I want it, I'll get it. Yeah, I get pissed. I get annoyed. I struggle. I give up sometimes, but I get back up and I keep going. So I know that. That's why magical things happen to me, because I don't need to know how everything happens. I just trust that I can make it happen. If my intuition leads me to it, I know I can follow through and make it happen. And that's where you've got to do the work. So that's why fear shows up. And you can use it to your advantage because you can use it to show you where you need more doors open. All right. So when you feel that fear showing up, let's say you want to manifest more money. You just like every month you want more money coming in. So you're just more comfortable, more secure, more peaceful. That money stress, like you don't need to go like drink like a 6-pack after you pay your bills or smoke something or whatever to relax because you're so stressed over that process. You don't have to do that. Because that extra money's there and you've got that cushion, it feels good, and that's what you want to manifest. And you start to think about manifesting that money and the fear shows up. All of a sudden you're afraid that you can't do it. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about it because what am I going to do? How am I going to make that happen? I don't know. That's where you got to let go. You got to commit. You got to say, I want to manifest more money. So that every month I can feel more secure, more peaceful, more powerful, more calm, more relaxed, do more fun things, enjoy my life more, feel more fulfilled. Say that and then put it out there. Listen, it's not just about telling the universe you want it and like writing it down and saying your affirmations in the mirror and then boom, it shows up. You got to do the work, but you don't need to figure out what the work is. You don't need to figure out the how. You don't need to figure out the opportunity. You just need to go for it. You just need to step forward and take action. One little step. Whether it's right exactly in line with where you're going or not, one little step towards it will cause the universe to throw opportunities at you. So go for it. So say to the universe, I want more money every month. I want to feel more comfortable. I want that cushion. I want to feel more secure, more happy, more fulfilled. I want to have more fun. Say that and then watch. Say, show me how. Show me how, universe. Give it to me. And see what comes to you. And when something comes to you, go for it. Take action. If suddenly there are more hours at work that you can work, do that. If suddenly somebody says to you, hey, I have this opportunity in this business I'm doing. Do you wanna try it? Yes. You should apply for this new position at work. It's more money. Okay. Maybe you need to go to your boss and ask for more money in the current job. Go do it. Go for it. You can do this. It's not about just knowing the how. You don't get to know that. Guys, trust me, I am a control person. I like to tell the universe exactly how to do everything. But then I go, or whatever you think. Because I know the universe is going to rearrange its whole self to help me feel better, to help me get the things I want. So I'm not going to tell it how to do it. I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch the magic. When something that I'm asking for seems really far away and really out of reach and really scary, and I'm really working on getting those doors open, I say this little sentence to myself. And it really changes my perspective. So I want to tell you what that little sentence is. What I say is, well, this should be interesting. And what I mean is, I know I'm getting it, but man, I do not see which door this is coming through. This is going to be one creative ass door that this thing comes through, because what, right? So let go of how. Trust, you are powerful. You live on a planet that circles around a big fiery star. This is a friggin' magical place. Step in, own your power, own the magic. Go for it. You can do it. The thing that you're afraid of is just an indicator. It's an indicator of a limit. It's an indicator that you're too attached to how. It's an indicator that you don't think you're powerful. It's an indicator that you don't think you deserve it. But you do. You do deserve it because your intuition told you to go for it, so go. Even detach from the outcome of getting it. Just go in the direction. There have been so many times that I have gone at something. I'm a 90 miles an hour or 0 mile an hour kind of girl. Okay, there's that Taurus thing coming back through. So I've gone at something at 90 miles an hour. This is exactly what I want. This is what I want and how I want to do it. And on my way, running as fast as I can at that, grabbing all the opportunities the universe sends me and going for it and trying one. And if I don't like it, jumping onto another one. But I keep going and I keep moving and I keep putting those stepping stones in front of myself and going. Sometimes I get halfway there and I'm like, actually, this new thing showed up over here and I think I'm going to go that way. Awesome. Do it. Just trust. If you're not too attached to every outcome for yourself, if you're more focused on intending how you want to feel, magic, that's when you get it. That's how you do it. Take it from somebody who used to think she was the most powerless individual in the world. That's me. When people come in for sessions with me, the biggest thing that I focus on for them is facing the things they're afraid of. Turn the lights on to the things you're afraid of. They will tell you everything you need to know. Understand your needs and understand the fear is telling you that you can't have them met. And when you shift those, magic. So much magic. If you want help, book a session, friends. I'm happy to help. I love keep kicking people's butts into facing that stuff. Your ego is tricking you. You are powerful. You can do it. I bet you have survived something that you weren't sure you could. I bet. Because I haven't met a person yet who hasn't had that part of their story. And you survived it because you're still here and you're still doing this work and you're going for it. Every day I hear stories about people who take something absolutely impossible to survive, absolutely impossible to get through, absolutely incredibly difficult, something that just in their heart they don't know if it's possible, and I watch them move that mountain. I watch it every single day, and let me tell you, that is a gift. To be able to watch that, there are few things that I don't think are possible anymore, because I get to watch all of you go for it and overcome and make shit happen. You can do it. You can do it. I am not convinced that there's anything you are not capable of. Go for it. The people will show up. People will reject you. People will abandon you. People will suck. They will. But more people will be awesome. More people will connect with you. More people will cheer you on than those. Don't focus on them. It's okay. Know that by being you, you're doing what you came here to do. And go be it as fierce and powerful as you possibly can. So So I'm going to get to, I see some questions. I'm going to get to those in like 2 seconds. Ask more if you want. Tell me. Give it to me. Let's go. Let's do it. I just want to say that the way to be super, super powerful, the way to really up that ante, to feel more deserving and to feel more powerful, the way to do that is to work on yourself, to understand yourself, to understand your fears. Don't take everything at face value. Understand the limits. Understand why the lesson is coming. Understand the bigger picture. Understand who you are and show the universe that you're of value. One of the things that drives me the most crazy in the whole entire world, and I am not someone who's never said this before, so just, I drive myself crazy with it too. One of the things that makes me the most cuckoo that people say is, I don't have time to work on myself. I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to talk to my angel. I don't have time to journal. I don't have time for a session. I'm calling bullshit on you. Yes, you do. You gotta make the time. You've got to show the universe that that's important. Listen, you can do that for as long as you want, and you keep saying that. But you show up across from me anyways. Whether we're sitting together in a room or we're on a video chat, you show up there at some point. And however far down the rabbit hole of unhappiness and stuckness you want to fall is up to you. But I'm telling you right now, make the time. Make it. It's worth it. And so because I hear this so much and it drives me bananas, I made something for you. I have a free challenge next week. It starts on Sunday, which might seem weird, but it's a thing I want you to do Sunday night to prep for Monday morning. It's going to take you 5 minutes. It's a free challenge. It's called the Morning Makeover Challenge. Because listen, I'm not a morning person. Like, not at all. My mom will tell you, even when I was a kid, she would like pick me up out of bed to say get up for school, and I would just like crumple down and fall asleep on the floor. The transition between asleep and awake is not an easy thing for me. Just can't do it. I don't know why. It's just a very difficult thing. I'm not like a late sleeper. I'm not like that. I don't know if I would be if I didn't have children. I can't really remember. I don't think I would be. In the times that I'm not with my kids, I wake up relatively early. I guess to my standards, I can't remember like the last time I slept till like 9 o'clock or something. That sounds like crazy late to me. But the idea of getting up and getting moving, no, that's just not me. Like, that's hard. And I tried so many times. I really wanted to make the most out of mornings. I needed more time carved out in my day to get more things done, because I'm always adding more to my plate. Who's like me in that, right? Like, I'm always like, ooh, let me do this, and then read these 35 books, and go take these classes, and add more to my workload, and do all these bajillion things with my kids. It just keeps growing, right? So I need more time in my day, and I need to be showing up in my day more, just like at it, and happier and fulfilled. And I knew that my morning routine of snooze button, snooze button, snooze button like 1 billion times, and then absolute panic when you see the time, and then racing around like a fool to get everything done, was not the way to be starting my day. But I had tried so many times to like wake up earlier and do that, and failed. I'd stick with it for like 2 days, and then I'd be like, well, you know, I've got a little hangnail here. I guess I should maybe sleep in today. Like, I would just never stick with it. So, or I would do that thing where Netflix is like, continue watching, and you're like, just one more. Just one more. It's like very late, and I'm like, oh my God, I should have gone to bed. So here's the thing. Here's what I did. I made it myself. I figured out my own way to have a great morning, to get up early and to make the most of that time of my day, so that time could be carved out for my self-work. So I wake up to a morning meditation. When I wake up, I put that on. I crawl myself out of bed, and I do a little bit of yoga, 10 minutes. I get in the shower, I put my coffee on, and I journal, and I do an affirmation, and then I do a meditation to fall asleep. It does not take a lot of time, but let me tell you, morning is now my favorite time of day, especially the journaling part. I look so forward to that. That has just changed everything. And I get up earlier. However early you want to get up is up to you. I don't tell you a time. That you plan it. I'm going to show you how to plan it, but that's something that you'll create and you'll do. But I get up between 5 and 5:30, and it has been amazing. And I never ever thought in a million years I'd be somebody who looked forward to mornings, and I do. It's awesome. I really want you to experience it. So I just want you to wake up early for 5 days. It's a 6-day challenge, but it's just only 5 days of waking up earlier. And I want you to try it. And I slow walk you in the challenge. Now, I also have the morning makeover kit where you don't have to have the kit to do the challenge. The challenge is free. The kit is $12.99. Again, you don't have to have the kit to do the challenge, but the kit has everything that you need. I have 3 morning meditations for you, 3 sleep meditations for you, 2 different yoga routines that are 10 minutes to choose from, 3 journaling exercises, 3 affirmations, tips, tricks, articles to read, bonus things, packed in. All right, and I even gave them theme days. So if you just want to pick, like, you know what, tomorrow I need to be creative. Let me do the creative day stuff. You can do that, or you can pick and choose. You can take this morning meditation and this. You can mix them all together, and I give you lifetime access to it. So if that speaks to you, if you think I need more time carved out, get in. $12.99. Like I was gonna make it like a smaller thing, and then it just kept getting bigger, and I kept adding more to it, and I just kept the price the same because I really want you to do it. I really, really want you to have a better morning. So do the challenge because it's free, and consider getting the kit because starting your day in that space you're in the morning and making that a positive thing and making that time for you is going to give you so much more than that maybe hour of sleep, half hour of sleep. Like sometimes I give myself 10 more minutes and I just wasted 10 minutes of laying out. Like I didn't make me any better. I'm not more energized. But doing this, I'm in a better mood. I'm more clear and purposeful in my day. I have more energy, even though I got up earlier. What? I'm just happier. My cup gets filled before I start filling anyone else's. And I really think that is the way to do it. You want to do a million things in your day. You want to have a really full life. Go that way. Fill your cup up and then go pour it all over the place and then fill it up again and keep going there and look there. So check that out. So in the group I posted earlier, there's a post with all the links that you need. And I also emailed it out today. So you should have it, but if you need the link, just comment or message me and I will send it to you. Do the free challenge. Just do it. You should. You have to. All right. Let me look through comments. You can continue to comment and ask questions. I'm happy to hang out with you for a little bit. Let's see. Leah says, again, you in my head with another video of what I needed to hear. See, we're just all in the flow. We're just all connected. This month in the Spiritual Rebels group, for those of you who are in it, we're talking all about fear. We're diving in. Our theme this month is fear factor. So I want to bring some of that to you guys too and give you an overall view of how I feel about it. But if you're like, I need more help with this fear stuff, get yourself into Rebels. Guys, it's $10 a month. You can quit anytime, but you won't want to because it's the best. All right, let's see. Terry says, you just hit on my doors. I am starting to sell Plexus and worry about posting. I hear this a lot, Terry. You're not alone with that. Look for ways, and if you want, I'm happy to help you with this. Look for ways that you don't feel like you're being salesy, that instead you're showing how you can serve people with the products that you have. So as long as you feel excited about it and you feel like it's a product that will work and you use it yourself, share about that and tell people how this product could serve them and focus there. And it feels a lot easier because empaths, we don't like to be salesy. And as soon as someone's salesy at us, we're like, right? So do that. This is how you can serve. Share your own experiences. And what you're doing is putting out there into the world a way that you found that you can serve people. And that's a beautiful thing. So go from that point of view. It's much more helpful than being salesy. Being salesy is icky. Just a side note, Terry, I know you wouldn't do this, but if you're doing an MLM, I do an MLM. They're great. I love MLMs. High five if you're doing an MLM. I am behind anyone who is out there in the arena going for it and working and putting themselves out there. I will cheer you on. I will high five you. Go for it. Here's what you shouldn't do though. Don't just keep adding people to groups without asking them or events. It took me like half an hour yesterday to exit out of all of these events I was just added to. Put it a post. Does anybody want to be in? Invite, but don't just add people. Does that drive you guys crazy? Because here's what keeps happening. Now when someone comes along, like Terry, that's like probably going to do this in a kind, respectful way and serve with it instead of sell with it, people are like, oh God, another MLM. giving MLMs a bad name. Let's not do that. Invite, share, let them come to you. Don't just put me in a group. Don't put anybody in a group, right? Am I right? Does that drive you guys crazy too? Let's see. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Mary. Hey, Paula. Nicole says, I need to make a conscious effort to remember to make time to focus on manifestation thoughts. Yes, you do. And that's why you need to do the morning challenge. Get your butt up and do it first thing. To me, that's everything. Listen, I love to exercise. I'm one of those weirdos. I'm one of those odd people. I really enjoy exercising, but I don't do it enough. I don't mean enough like to someone else's standard or that I'm mad at my body. I don't do it as much as I'd like to because I spend the whole day thinking of other things I should do, and it doesn't get in there. So by doing 10 minutes of yoga in the morning, I've done it. And then if I want to do more, I do. But I've already, I didn't have time to talk myself out of it because it was second I got out of bed. All right. So think about it that way. You don't have time for manifesting. Get up and start. Journal, put in your journal what you want to manifest and carve that time right there. It's worth it. You got more magic in your life. You got more stuff you've manifested. Then all that stuff that are your reasons why you can't will become easier. Go for it. Do it. You can do it, Nicole. Hey, Peggy. Kara says it doesn't matter how. That's going to be my new thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter how. You can focus as long as you want on how you want the universe to bring you something, and it just sits there and is like, we're the universe. We have access to everything. You're just one human. Why do you think you have to be in charge of how? Let that shit go, right? It's silly of us. Focus there. Listen, I have to make a conscious effort to do that. It doesn't come naturally to me because part of my personality is to help people figure out what to do all the time. And so I have to make sure I don't use that on the universe. It's part of my job. So what I do instead, this is going to sound silly to people out there who aren't controlling people, but just bear with me. What I do is I say to the universe, here's a great way you could deliver this thing I'm asking. And I write it all down. And then I go, so here you go. This is my plan. And then I throw it away in the trash and I say, you can use this or whatever you got. I'm not in charge of how. Just send it. I'll do the work. Whatever you got, I'll go for it. It makes me feel better. The universe has used my plan 0 times. You've got to think, the angels and every other higher being up there are just looking at me like, girl. But it helps me let it go if I think it out, if I finish the thought. So you can try that too, Kara, if that helps you. Nicole said, I just started trying to manifest by asking the universe for a plentiful pumpkin crop in my garden. Seriously, my goals are small sometimes. That's fine. Start small when you're manifesting. When you try to manifest something that you're really don't think you can do, and you start there, well, that's a mistake. Build up your power, right? So I had a client who came to me kind of recently, and I think it was a month ago, and they said, I'm laughing, not at the client, at the hilariousness of this. They said to me, I have been trying really hard to manifest, and it's not working. And they said it to me in that way that was people do this to me, accusatory, as if I'm the universe's representative and they were doing something spiritual and it didn't work out, so they're bringing their complaint to me. People do that to me all the time, and I'm like, hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. I didn't create the system. So I said, well, what are you trying to manifest? And they said, more money. So I said, okay, tell me exactly what you're saying. Go through it, because they had this great attitude and they were talking about it. So I said, okay, tell me what specifically you're trying to manifest. And they said, I'm trying to manifest making 7 figures a year. And so I said, awesome, that's great. And I said, what are you currently making? Just give me a ballpark if you don't want to tell me. Where are we? And you know what the answer was? You know what she said? 0. I don't have a job. Okay. Where I admire very much the house being open and just allowing it to come in. You want to manifest $1 million? And you're currently making 0, that's quite a leap, friend. That's quite a leap. So he said, let's start with something that feels more doable to you. Let's start with having you manifest $1,000 next month. Let's see if you can do that. She was in, she was great. got an email yesterday, got my 1,000. Awesome. Now let's try to manifest $2,000, right? Like you can't just jump way up. So working on manifesting something like a plentiful pumpkin crop is awesome. Do that, because once you manifest it, you can be like, see, I am powerful enough. And your power will start to raise up and it will start to grow. And then think about, if the pumpkins start to come out and they're not plentiful, will I just give up? Or will I keep going? What will I do to have the thing that I'm going for? And look there. Use all of it. Manifest the big and manifest the little. All. Super awesome. I'm growing pumpkins too, Nicole. We'll have to compare how they come out. Let's see. Hey, Patricia. Paula says, excuses. Yes, our excuses tell us so much about ourselves. Terry says, I left my cheating husband, moved to a new state where I know nobody, but I do have a great friend, found a great church, and have a good job. I'm afraid of facing my ex when we go to court for the final and how I am going to deal with it. We are selling our house, and because of his errors, we will have to bring money to closing, which I don't have. It scares the hell out of me. Okay, so Terry, just a few small changes in your life. I'm just teasing. That's a lot, girl. That's a lot. All right, take a deep breath, Terry, and here's what I want you to do. Look at the fear. Okay, so let me look at what you said. I'm afraid of facing my ex when I go to court and how I'm going to deal with it. So that statement is saying, I'm not sure I'm powerful enough to handle whatever is going to happen when I'm there. Okay, so tell me, Terry, you just moved, left your husband and moved to a new state. I think you're powerful enough to face that sucker in court for a day. You can do it. You are powerful enough. Okay? So you might feel a little anxious on how it's going to go down, but just let go of the how and just say, I am going to go through that feeling powerful and holding on to my own peace. I am going to do that while we go there. I'm going to look forward to that chapter being closed. Focus there, because that's where that fear shows up. See how we do this? Now you said after that, we are selling our house, and because of his errors, we will be bringing money to closing, which I don't have, and that scares the hell out of me. So now you're saying, I don't think I'm powerful enough to manifest the money we need to end this deal with the house. Okay? So instead go, I am powerful enough. I will make that money and let the universe show you how, and then do it. Go for it. Find the ways and make it happen. You are powerful enough, Terry. Look at how powerful you are. You left your husband and moved to a new state. That's powerful. You can do this. Use fear to find that, and then fear will be helping you. You got this, Terry. We're all cheering for you. We all got your back, girl. You got this. Leah says, what do you do when ego tricks you? Today I kept stressing on an interview, and I don't want to ruin it with my negative thoughts, but all day crazy thoughts would pop in my head for me to start thinking I am not getting the job. Great question. So here's what you do. You can't. This is what I see people do. And Leah, I don't think that you're doing this in the way that I'm going to exaggerate it right now, but I'm going to use this to make a point. People think that in order to gain things in this world, in order to manifest stuff, that you can't have a single negative thought around it. So they just go like this to all the negative thoughts, and they try to just keep them like way up here or something, or in the back, or not look at them, and they do this around the fears and the negative thoughts, and they think, see, I didn't focus on any of them, so it was all positive, and I just said my positive affirmation. It should not work like that. It does not work that way. Here's how it works. Take the negative thoughts. Your ego's job is to keep you safe. Your ego's job is to bring fears to you so that you take them into consideration and shift things and open more doors to get the thing that you want. That's what your ego's job is. So by ignoring your fears, you're not helping yourself. Take the negative thoughts, take the fears, and just put them out like this. This is what I just imagine. I pick them up. They usually exist. For me, I hold fear like right here. I can always feel it. My shoulders start getting like, ugh. Okay, so I take it and I just go like this and I look at it, okay, and I give it awareness. Now, when you do this, here's what you want to do. You want to remain more powerful than those things. Those things are not you. That's not your brain telling you. That's one piece of you bringing you information. So you're going to look at that info and you're going to say, all right, this is the negative thought I'm feeling. So maybe the negative thought you're feeling is, let's just say, for example, I'm trying to think of a job that has nothing to do with what you're going for, Leah. I try to pick things out of thin air, you guys, but when you're constantly getting feeds of information, it's hard not to pick something specific. So let's say that you were going for a job to be a hairdresser. Okay. And so you're like, I'm going to go, I applied for this job. It's great. And when you leave, you start thinking, I don't think I have enough experience to get this job. And you start thinking, geez, all those other hairdressers had a lot more experience. I sort of felt like when I talked about my experience level that she's going to not like it and you start going there. So you got to look at that fear. Instead of trying to pretend that thought's not there, you got to reel it in and bring it right into the light. Shine it, put it in front of you and just put a spotlight on it and go, okay. So what I'm saying is, I don't think I'm powerful enough to manifest this because I don't think they'll accept me without more experience. So what that means is I don't think they saw how great I am, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take that fear and you're going to go, wait, maybe they did see how great I was. Maybe they saw how magical and freaking awesome I am. Maybe they saw my passion for this. And I might not have as much experience, but I have more dedication to this than anyone. And I know I talked about that. Or maybe you go, maybe it didn't come across so much. So in my next interview, if I don't get this, I'm going to make sure that comes across more. And you take that fear and you learn from it and then you let it go. You don't decide it means something terrible about you. You decide it's something to learn for, to move for, and you open more doors because of it, okay? So let those thoughts come. Look at them, and then send them away once you understand them. You make a choice. It's a decision to take a thought, to take a feeling, and to bring it and to obsess over and to hold it there. Just take it and look at it, and then let it go. Bring awareness to it, and then move forward with that information. All of the things in your life that you have as evidence to the reason why you're not powerful, not deserving, not smart, not gorgeous or handsome, all of the stuff you have on that list is not anything true. It's just stories you attach to something that happened to you, something you went through. You created a story around it and you believe it. So change the story. Take ownership of it. Look at it and move forward with it as information that's helping you. Got it? Hopefully that helps. Terry said, this whole starting over when I'm almost 50 is so scary and I'm dating. Haha, no way. Ooh, I hear some fear there, Terry. When people push that away and they give me reasons, their age, their height, I don't know, their hair color, why they can't date, I'm always like, fear. People joke around that and they give excuses around that when they say, I'm going to put myself out there and date because they're afraid that other people are going to judge them for it. Or they're afraid that they can't find their person, or they can't find someone deserving, or that they don't deserve it. So look at that. What are you afraid of? There's no rule that says at a certain age you shouldn't ever seek love again. That would be the stupidest rule ever. Always look for magic. It doesn't matter what age you have. It doesn't matter how many times Earth's traveled around the sun while you've been here. It has nothing to do with it. So focus on what fear that is showing you. Make sense? All right, let's see. Leah says, journaling. I just started journaling. Love it. Awesome therapy, motivating. Love journaling. Me too. I'm kind of obsessed. I am obsessed. I've always been a journaler. But it was usually about something I was currently in the middle of doing. Like, okay, let me journal and get information about this. Let me tune in and get information about this. And when I journal in the morning, I have a prompt or a journal exercise that I do, or sometimes I just have a quote that I read and then journal about. And when there's more freedom to it, when it's not like needing to give me an answer, when it's just like self-discovery, oh my gosh, it's awesome. I feel like I sound so cheesy when I say that, but it really is true. It's awesome. Terry says, I love working out, but agree with you totally. Yes, there is some weirdos like me who do like that. I just don't make the time. I was thinking after this video, I should really go do the elliptical. And I was like, yeah, but I hurt my neck last week. Well, I'm pretty sure I don't need to use my neck. I'm pretty sure I can still do it, right? And it's not because I don't love it. It's because I'm tired, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do this. I should probably finish up a couple more promos for the morning makeover kit instead of exercise. No, just go do it, right? So if I do it in the morning before I think about it, boom, my brain can't talk me out of it.